Welcome to The Human Factor. I'm Dr. Mohammed Enayat. I'm a GP and a leader in integrative medicine.
I've spent the last 10 years working with patients to turbocharge their health with deeper diagnostic tests, nutritional supplement plans, smart health protocols, and biohacking therapies.
I love getting to know my patients, and I wanted to give you guys an insight into what makes them superhuman and really understand what drives them and the challenges they face on a day-to-day basis.
I'm Michael Page, known as Michael Venom Page. I'm in the combat world, specifically mixed martial arts. Been doing it for many, many years now. Started in kickboxing, was a 10 times world champion in the kickboxing world, now in the UFC.
And in all likelihood, Michael Venom Page has done enough to win the UFC debut.
The winner by unanimous decision, Michael Venom Page!
Came across Dr. E for a very good friend of mine.
You good? Ready? Oh yeah, definitely. You fasted?
Well, yeah.
We're gonna do your bloods today. So we've got MVP in the house, day one. So we're gonna get some blood work. We're gonna find out what's going on internally. Functional biochemistry analysis.
Michael Venom Page is a dynamic British MMA superstar. My team and I at HUM2N started working with him at the point of signing into the UFC. Our mission is to support him to have the biology of a 28-year-old at 38 so he can recover faster and perform to his complete potential.
My name is Ramla Ali and I'm a professional boxer that goes to the HUM2N Clinic.
Please welcome Ramla Ali!
I've been boxing since I was 12. One of my career highlights has been going to the Tokyo Olympic Games to represent my home country of Somalia. I was quite an unhealthy child. I was severely overweight, had little self-confidence. I began getting healthy basically as a result, and I've never stopped and I've never looked back. And I'm so glad to have HUM2N as part of my team now, to have the extra added benefits of performing for longer, getting faster, recovering better.
Ramla Ali is the history-making boxer and fashion-forward powerhouse, breaking barriers for Somalia and now turning pro heads with her MVP signing. Ramla has been coming to the clinic for 2 years. We have been able to apply nuances and variations required for females to perform and recover smartly.
My name's Hamzah Sheeraz, professional middleweight boxing champion.
Even smaller! Hamzah Sheeraz!
My career highlights, the most important one to me would be winning my first European title at the age of 19.
Big punches again and he goes down, it's all over!
It was the first kind of milestone I reached in life as a whole. I first met Dr. E
benefits you get for your heart and your lungs.
at the beginning of my career.
When you go to the championship rounds, you will get less fatigue.
Health is very important to me. It enables me to be a better human, spiritually, mentally, and physically as well.
My final guest today is Hamzah Sheeraz, an unbeaten British boxing sensation. Hailed as one of the UK's most promising middleweights with a stunning knockout ratio and a meteoric rise towards world title contention. Hamzah is one of the earliest athletes I've had the pleasure to work with, from 19 years old, applying the science and medicine to fulfill his potential and extend his possibilities, in and out of the ring.
All right, guys, so we're gonna now go a bit deeper. So I want to start with Michael, actually. What makes you unique in the sport?
I think everybody is unique. No one person is the same. But specifically for me, what I tend to highlight is the entertainment value of my sport. I try to make it a massive show from start to finish for everybody that's paid tickets to come and watch.
Wow!
We're in a dangerous game. I can't be timid. There's no time for that. So I have to take that from all the confidence from within myself and portray that out. out to the world. The show for me is not just about the fight. The show is me walking into the fight. The show is what I do after the fight. So people really engage in that. I do take performing seriously.
How do you marry that up? Not being serious, but being super serious.
My first priority is to be the best. But at the same time, I enjoy, like genuinely enjoy what I do. So therefore, why would I put extra stress on myself when it comes to showtime? For me, it's the most freeing time. Our training's finished and I've done everything I can. So the result's not in my hands anymore.
Do you know what it is? It's funny that Michael was saying that because I'm the complete opposite to him. I've just listened to it. It's quite interesting where you say you don't stress about the result or anything. I'm the complete other end of the spectrum.
I'm the same.
Yeah, it's kind of, my approach to it is I kind of stress myself too much, if anything, and I think I've put so many hours in camp and it's almost like if I don't win now, it's almost like the end of the world. As soon as I step into that ropes, everything's on me. My younger brother's future, my younger sibling, everyone, my family, everything is on me. That's what helps me perform and stay undefeated.
You can't always perform 100%. There'll be some days that are bad, and sometimes it's just really unfortunate if that bad day is the day that matters the most. Do you know what I mean?
So the preparation is where you build your confidence.
Of course, of course. The fight night, like he said, is the fun bit. Everything that happens before it, preparing for it, making weight, that's all the hard bit.
When no one's looking.
When no one's looking. You've seen it, you've seen me make weight. When there's no glitz, there's no glamour, it's just you, your coaches, and it's like, this is it. Like, you kind of question it, like, oh, well, I could be doing something so much easier. It's like a roller coaster. And then it all comes together and you get a win, you get a good performance, and that's it. Like, you're the man, you're on top of the world.
How do you create the environment to choose courage?
I think the one thing that's really important is to have the right people around you. There's that cheesy, is it a combat sports saying, iron sharpens iron?
Yeah.
People that are gonna uplift you, people that are gonna make you feel, not yes people, but people that are gonna make you feel good, people that are gonna tell you things that you need to hear.
Why did you choose boxing?
A lot of people choose boxing because, I don't know, a family member introduced them to it. For me, it was just kind of like, it was the first sport I fell into. I was age 12. I was, severely overweight. I was at the GP one day and I was with my mum for a GP appointment with myself. And the doctor told my mum that I was clinically obese at the age of 12. And if I was gonna continue down this path, it would be a path to early death.
Wow.
And obviously my mum didn't speak English and I had to translate that to her. So me having to tell my mum all of these things that the doctor's telling me is made me wake up.
When did you start dreaming big?
I think I've always been a dreamer. I've always said representation is super important. You can't be what you can't see. And growing up, I could never see myself on TV. I feel like now I'm doing that for young girls looking up to me because, girls who have come from my background can, see me and be like, wow, look, we come from the same background and she's made it and she's doing all these things, that I can do that too.
Ramla has made a big impact on women from marginalized communities. She's created a space for them to come together and share experiences through exercise, getting healthy physically and emotionally, with sisterhood at the core.
Started Sisters Club in 2018. It was initially set up to be a safe space for Muslim women so that they can have an area that they can train free of men, take their hijabs off. And then over time, we started getting more inquiries into these sessions, ethnic women and other religious minorities and women who'd been suffering from domestic violence and abuse. We started opening our doors to all these women, just providing a safe space where they could gain access to sport freely, because a lot of these groups find it hard. A lot of them come from low-income families.
Thank you so much for all turning up, for raising as much as you did, for supporting our brothers and sisters who are suffering so much in Palestine. We managed to raise about 25,000, mashallah. Woo! And hopefully more.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Hamzah, when did you first start to dream of reaching the biggest heights in sport?
Do you know, it's from a young lad. I remember watching the first fight I ever watched was the Ricky Hatton and Floyd Mayweather fight. I stayed up, watched it, and I thought, wow, this is great. Like, I'd love to be there and do that. And
how old were you at the time?
I must have been about eight or 10 or something like that. I was really, really young, and I remember staying up. And at the time, it was like, okay, cool. If I carry on doing what I'm doing, going to turn up to the gym, I'll get there eventually. From 17 years old, I was meant to go to the Commonwealth Games, represent Great Britain in the Commonwealth Games. I got invited to a selection camp down in Sheffield. Went there for a week, sparred, got sold the dream. Yeah, we're going to pick you, etc., etc. Selection day, I didn't get picked. And I was gutted, and I thought, forget this. Then I stopped boxing for about just under a year, and I was doing an electrical apprenticeship. And I remember I was in an apartment, one big footballer's apartment, fixing his sockets and lights, and I remember fixing the light, and I thought, what am I doing? I could have this apartment. And for me, that was the point. I remember I was there, and I was thinking, come on, man, like, I've got bigger dreams and aspirations. And then the next week, I went back into the gym. Andy Ayling, he was there, and he watched me hit the bags and whatnot. And he just come up to me and said, listen, if you ever think about turning pro, he goes, I work with Frank Rowan, we can sign you. That was like the biggest kind of turning point in my career to this day. And then before you know it, a couple months later, I had my debut. And then a couple of years after that, I fought my first title. Then you've got a world ranking. And then I'm here now. Kind of crazy now that I think about it. And it's nice to sit here and reflect on it, because you don't realize how far you've actually come.
What were some of the lessons you took from martial arts growing up?
The key lesson for me was I was comfortable to say no to my peers. And it sounds very basic, yeah, but I wasn't raised in the best of areas. I'm a friendly person, so I make friends with absolutely everybody. And there'll be times like, yo, Michael, yeah, come with us to go do this, do that, do this. And I'm just like, as much as it's difficult to want to disappoint your peers, but martial arts gave me another peer group, and I cared more about their opinion than I did these guys' opinion. It made it 10 times easier for me to be like, nah, I'm out, I'm not doing that. Nah, it's fine, nah, you lot do it, I'll meet you later. I'm not just disappointing like mum and dad, I'm disappointing these guys. These are like my extended family as well. And I was like, yeah, I just can't do it. So I think the key lesson for me was being able to say no.
Staying true to yourself, being able to say no, these are all important lessons for everyone to take away from what you're describing. And engaging in sports that forces you to engage with discipline.
I always say like, the smallest amount of them actually go into the sport.
Of course, yeah.
But what they learn from here goes into life.
Yes.
So that's everybody. There's so much you gain from it. Aside of the fighting is just, for me, this is not even the most important bit. What you learn from this journey that you guys have been on, that you can take with you anywhere. Nice and basic, just to kind of get us nice and warm. Just jab, cross, and come back. Jab, cross, come back. Ready? Speed, power, return of your guard. That's the key thing. I see all the time. Everyone's so focused on getting their hands out as fast as they can, they forget they don't have a guard the whole time. Yeah, that means you are the easiest person to hit. While these are occupied doing this, there's nothing happening behind here. Yeah, you're the easiest person to hit. This should be happening. You should be covered every single time. Make it a habit. Very, very impressed. Like, I know it's tough, you've kind of gone through these things a few times, but you're still improving a lot. Your vision, of where to be safe, and some of the techniques that you're using just improved a lot. It's really, really good. It's really good to see. Everyone's journey is very different. It doesn't have to be exact. It's your own journey, it's your own path, and you will get there regardless. But it's just nice to see when those things have just pushed forward. Yeah. Well done.
What do you think are some of the secrets to longevity to your career?
It's right there, the secret's right there.
Yeah.
That's the next phase, but even to this point.
I think you have to keep checking in with yourself mentally. because there's going to be days where you're like, I don't want to do this. My body feels like crap. And you have to get up and do it anyway. And then I have to keep coming back to, well, why do I need to? Why am I still doing this, man? I think if I don't keep checking in on myself and finding out that that answer is still yes, and that come on, I love it, man. And go through that process, you do forget, you lose yourself, you lose that where you are. And then, but we're human, we're emotional creatures, we're gonna have highs and lows, ups and downs, but you need certain stabilizers just to keep managing yourself. And I think for me, checking in with myself that, why am I doing it? Do I still enjoy it? Do I still have love for it? Is this still a passion of mine? Those kind of questions are the stabilizers, because when I get those answers of yes, 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 let's go. Back to work.
You've described yourself as a man of God.
Yeah.
It's a lot of responsibility.
Massive responsibility.
And I'm sure you've thought about that.
Yeah, it is a huge responsibility, because you've got younger kids looking up to you as almost the perfect role model. I come from a religious household. Listen, my parents have always been praying and whatnot, and I was just doing it because they was doing it. And in the last 2 years, I've really started to get in touch with religion and understand why it teaches what it teaches. Also adopting the values of Islam and complement it alongside my boxing career as well.
And we grew up in a time when, Islam was given a bad rep.
Yeah. As soon as I put it on socials, boom, I was getting racism left, right and centre. I understand that's part of social media, is what it is. If I didn't understand Islam, then I wouldn't really been able to cope with it, to say the least, being able to cope with it. So yeah, understanding it on a deeper meaning, it allows you to stay true to who you really are.
Hamzah, I was just saying, you've beaten him. Someone who's probably going to win a middleweight world title.
100% he will.
Yeah, man, a lot of pressure going into tonight, but I suppose that's what champions do. To be a great fighter, you need to deal with these things.
Hamzah, go and enjoy the rest of the night.
Thank you very much.
I'll see you in the next
Cheers,
one.
bud.
Thank you, bud. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Communities are safe in responsible athletes. Hands like yours, from all of us, thank you very much. And you definitely have the human factor.
I've been Hamzah Sheeraz.
I've been Ramla Ali.
I've been Michael Venom Page.
I've been Dr. E, and this is The Human Factor.